On today's episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2, join me as we take this Volvo FH16 Custom on the road to deliver some smoked sprats from here in Stuttgart to Dusseldorf. Let's go ahead, roll that intro, and get right into it. Alright, haulers, hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I almost forgot what game we're playing. I don't know why, because I just did an intro. And you notice, hey, my camera's moving around kind of randomly this time. I have TrackIR now. So, this is going to be my first time doing a trucking video with TrackIR on. This time, however, there will not be a wheel cam just because of some issues with my computer. You guys know I've had issues with the new build for a little bit, but that's enough of that. Some good news on that front. My new power supply that I need to actually get everything up and going fully arrives in a couple of days, which means as soon as I get that installed, I can really focus on just getting the full setup finalized and smoothing out all of my new processes for how I do things. And that's one of those big things too. I don't think people realize with a new computer and being able to do so much more, now there's new processes for how I do all of my videos because I have the capabilities to do more efficient things or, whatever. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. That's enough of that. Let's get this truck started. And just before we roll out, I do quickly want to give you guys a look at the outside of the truck a little more in depth, just because this truck is my first time doing something custom as to how I would build a truck, but in that European style that I see all the time. So let's go ahead, let's jump out and take a look at that. So as you can see on the front, it's very different to how I usually roll. This is a completely custom setup, own trailer, all that fun stuff. And this uses a lot of the new tuning packs that SCS released for this game. And I want to talk about that a little bit more once we get on the road, but I will just show you the truck. So we have all the LEDs you could ever want. We have halos on the headlights, and then obviously on the back we have the custom rear end and stuff like that. But that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and hit the road. Alright, we will throw this thing into drive and actually get out here. So yeah, this might be a little bit more clunky. I might be a little bit more all over the place than usual, just because I am getting used to the feeling and motion of, see, like that, I accidentally went out into the roadway. Trying to get used to using TrackIR. It's a whole new experience. Don't get me wrong, it is, we're gonna go. It is absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's no VR, I will say that, but it is the perfect medium for me because VR would have been too much. But I definitely love it. It takes a lot of fine-tuning, I will say that. There were a lot of things that I didn't realize came with using TrackIR. One of those things too being like, normally when I drive, I can actually see, I'm actually going to turn my running lights on instead of my headlights. I don't know why I have my headlights on. But normally I'll have that little mini mirror up in the top right, and I can see all of the important data that I need for, like when I'm turning a corner. Not only can I see in front of me like I need to, but I can also see the trailer and where it's positioned, because obviously you don't want to hit the curb, you don't want to hit anything like that. Well, you can't do that anymore. So I've had to get used to that, which it's going to take me quite a while. This is actually my first time doing a full recording with TrackIR, so there's that. I guess we're not going to move over yet. It looks like there is an exit coming up, so I do need to move over. So we'll move over after that car. Do it in a turn. Not the best idea, but it works. But yeah, hopefully this looks pretty cool. Alright, and sorry for the cut there, guys. Had to take care of something. You didn't miss much. We didn't go too far. But yeah, I can't wait to get this all fully up and going and just get used to it. I completely lost where I was. Had to end up running to deal with something real quick. It's a bit of a chaotic morning right now. And I think I said this before last year. Autumn is kind of a crazy time just in general, so this was not necessarily the best time to go and set up all this stuff, but it is what it is. We have the new stuff. I am happy with it. I would like to move over. I can actually look at my mirrors now and do that. That is fantastic. Oh my god, I love TrackIR. Well, that's enough talking about what's going on with that stuff. I do want to talk about some updates to the game and things that are going on that front as well. So let's talk American Truck Sim first, because I don't believe this information was out last time I did American Truck Sim. It might have been. but it has been announced that the next Western Star truck will be coming to American Truck Simulator just after its release, which is, I think, in a few days. It might actually be today. I don't honestly remember. It's sometime in September, I do believe. Either way, I will say this, like, I was very excited for other trucks in the past. This one right now, Western Star, has been the one that I've talked about the most because it is by far one of the ones I look forward to the most. I cannot wait. I genuinely cannot wait for it to come out. That is going to be so amazing and going to be so much fun. I really hope they get it right. But it sounds to me like Western Star has actually been working a lot more with SCS than most of these other companies have. So I'm crossing my fingers that means it's going to be one of the highest quality trucks we've gotten in a long time. And I'm so excited. Like, I'm completely nerding out over it. It's going to be so cool. But yeah, so the Western Star is coming out. That is awesome. And then for, I believe it's 1.39 update, they are talking about ownable lowboy trailers. That's coming out. So that's going to be really cool. Something, as I do a lot of heavy haul, that's something I can't wait to get into a lot more. Basically, you can buy and customize and own your own lowboy trailers now for American Truck Sim, like once that update drops. So that's going to be really cool. We can do a lot with that. I have seen a couple of things already in pictures that make me a little concerned. I talked about it on stream. One of the things that they're doing is, it seems like the lights, so normally here on a lowboy trailer, on the back of it where you have your turn signals and stuff, that's where your strobe lights are. So you'll have two flashing lights. And that's one of the ways, like, the more modern trailers signify, hey, heavy haul, by the way. It looks like SCS put it on top of the trailer in this little thing. I don't know why they did that. It might be to try and avoid copyright reasons. I don't honestly know. But either way, not necessarily looking forward to that completely, if I'm honest with you. But that's okay. But for what it is, it looks really cool. I can't wait for that to come out. God, I'm trying to, like, make sure I'm actually staying in between the lanes and stuff and actually concentrating on all that. Sorry if it's a little bit back and forth. And again, it's just a matter of getting used to this. Oh, buddy. Oh, I do love this truck, though. The Volvos were always my starter for some reason. I don't know why. Scania is probably my #1 favorite truck brand, if I'm talking about overseas, but I would say Volvo is a close second. I really do like the Volvo trucks. I want to get out here on a straight so I can move over. I'd prefer not to move over on, like, a turn, especially because it's like a blind turn. Alright, cool. But yeah, so there's another thing. And then one other thing that they talked about for ETS2 in particular is they just dropped a Super Stripes paint job pack, which honestly, it's a really cool paint job pack. I really do like it. It's one of the nicer ones that's come out recently. For me, like, I don't like the themed packs a ton. I do have a lot of them. Like, they have their Christmas packs or things like that, but those aren't for me, really. But they just dropped what's called Super Stripes, which is kind of just more generic kind of customization, which is nice. More simple stuff, which that I really do like. Whoop. And see right there, that's what I got to get used to. I'm driving like a nutcase. But one thing that came out with that I thought was really interesting. Ooh, brakes. It's color presets. So I guess something they've been working on is, like, when you have a default paint, there's default colors for it. But they're making multiple different default color options that you can pick from, so little presets, instead of completely customizing on your own, which I think is really cool. It's a nice way to kind of give newer people who might be, like, getting stuck with customization or things like that more options or potentially more ideas to customize their trucks. So that's really cool. It's really cool to see that. And I hope that comes to American Truck Sim too, not just ETS2. I haven't seen anything about it coming to American Truck Sim. I've only seen it on ETS2. I assume that is coming out in the next update, so 1.39. I don't know if it's already out. I haven't looked into that. So don't take everything I say 100%. Some of it might not be completely accurate because obviously I'm just going based on the little bit of stuff I read off of their blog and stuff like that, which you should definitely check out if you're interested in the game at all. But we will move over here. But yeah, so that's really cool. And then I do want to talk about a couple of things that I want to see come to the games. For American Truck Sim, one of the things I'm realizing we're kind of lacking in. So this truck came about because I saw all the new tuning packs, and I really wanted to try them because I never really run a custom truck. I usually run a pretty clean truck. So I wanted to do a custom build of my own and try that out. So I bought the tuning packs and then realized, you know what? We don't have any decent tuning packs for American Truck Sim. And custom trucks are a massive deal over here too. Why don't we have that? So I would love to see maybe Chrome Shop Mafia, 4-State Trucks, or places like that. I'd like to see them partner up with SCS and be able to, you know, see... Oop, my headset's being wonky and it needs to not. But I'd like to see that potentially come out in the future. Like, I'm not saying right now, but it'd be nice to see some more customization options for SCS trucks because it feels like that's a very lacking department. Hence why I run so many mods. It would be very cool to see more mods come in, or not more mods, but more customization options. And that way I wouldn't have to run so many mods. But obviously that also depends on, you know, how the relationship is with those companies on their own, let alone with SCS or all that stuff. So that's a whole big thing. And then the other thing, so obviously I just got the whole new setup, and one of the things I got, I keep whipping my head, my bad guys. One of the things I got was I am a huge, whoop, I think we're getting off here. Do I need to slow down? I don't know if we're getting off here. I got somebody beside me. Whoop. Oh no, okay, we're not. We're good. Oh no, we are. Oh. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. But one of the things I got was I love RGB, so I wanted an RGB mouse mat. As dumb as that sounds, I really like RGB. What can I say? So I got the Razer, the big one, the big extended one. I don't remember the name of it necessarily, but it is the only part of my setup that is Razer. Well, it turns out something I forgot about is that SCS has support for Razer Chroma in their game. So basically, if you have a Razer keyboard or something, it will sync up certain RGB things with the games. And apparently, the mouse mats too. So if I was to get a ticket, or if I was to get in trouble with the police, my mouse mat would start flashing red and blue. Which is really interesting. It's really the only thing that it does though. Which, I don't know why. But that's what it does. But it would be very, very cool as someone who literally the entire rest of my setup is Corsair. It would be nice to see Corsair support come to the games. I don't know why it hasn't. I'm sure there's reasons behind it. But if that's something that they could work on, would be just amazing because, like I said, my entire setup is Corsair. And Corsair is really, for the most part, good with RGB and stuff when it comes to... like my fans are Corsair, my RAM is Corsair, my keyboard's Corsair, like all this stuff. I'm very much a Corsair guy. It'd be cool to see like some way, because you can link all that stuff together to be able to set up like different light things in Corsair for the game. It would just be like one of those little cool things. Like for me, one of the things I have is I have like RGB strips in my case and stuff, but I also plan on putting some on my monitors. How cool would it be if, and I'll talk about another random silly idea I had, but how cool would it be to have, whoa, why is everyone slowing down so much? Ooh, brakes. Jeez, dude. How cool would it be to have like so I have 3 monitors, so on the right side, if I turn my turn signal on, it just starts flashing under my right monitor. Like, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, just kind of ambient. Ooh, there's my stroke for the day. I feel like that would be cool, you know, I think anyways. But just something I'd like to see come to the game, that's all. And so the other stupid idea I had was, one thing that I've thought about is like, okay, now we can roll our windows down in-game, but how cool would it be to like set up something where if you roll down your windows, you have a fan on you that starts blowing on you? That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. And the idea that I had is, so obviously my stuff being Corsair, when I bought my case, it came with 3 fans installed. I bought 6 fans to put in it, so I have those laying around. And I also have the controller for them. So in theory, one thing that I could do is set those fans somewhere on my setup to where they're blowing on me and not on my microphone. And then set a hotkey so that they turn on and ramp up to a certain speed. And make sure that that hotkey is also the same key for rolling my windows down, so that when I press the game button to roll my windows down, it will roll, or it'll spin the fans up at the same time. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it does to me, which means it probably won't make sense to anybody else, but I don't know why, that just feels like that might work. It's just one of those stupid little ideas that I have, just like very redneck way of doing things. I think would be kind of cool, but yeah, I'd like to see Corsair support come in at some point, but yeah. And I hope you guys are all doing safe. I hope you're all being safe and doing well. Jeez, dude. Okay, stroke number 2. Put the counter up. I'm not actually gonna do that. That means more work for me in editing. Come on, man. Oh, he's letting me over. Never mind, you're being nice. Thank you. My apologies. Did that bus just move over to move into the left lane? Did you? Or am I having a stroke here? Again, I might be having another stroke. I don't know. But yeah, so there's all of the like updates or talks about that stuff that I wanted to kind of go over. And it's now raining, I do believe. Whoop, I just turned my high beams on. I gotta find all my buttons again because I had to kind of remap everything. Try to move over here because we're gonna be going a little more slow. But I do want to kind of talk about something a little funny. I will talk about potentially some more stuff going on later. Now, I do want to say this too. If the video's a little bit weird for the next few days, it's just because I'm trying to like make this work until I get everything in to get the setup perfected and get all my videos just in the right spot. But I heard something the other day that made me kind of like, do you ever hear something? Oh, no. Okay. Well, we have time. It's going to be a trip. Oops. I guess there's a detour or something going on. Can I... Oh, I can't go the other way either, so I'm going to have to go a different way completely. GPS, if you would update, would be so kind. Alright, we'll get off here. Ooh, brakes. Ooh, little hot. Okay, so note to self, don't go that fast. But as I was trying to say, do you ever hear things that make you like want to rethink your life choices? Because I heard one the other day. One of the things that if you don't know about me, obviously I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday over at twitch.tv/Longhauler GMG. You can find a link in the description if you'd like to check that out. But over there, during some of our convoy streams that we used to do, we still do them, but it's been hard to do it with the Truckers MP updates lately. But on one of those streams, this thing started where people started calling me Truck Daddy. So I'm Truck Daddy, Sovi being the flight sim guy, he's Plane Daddy, and then Wes being the race guy, he does all kinds of racing, he's Race Daddy. So we've got the daddies is what they call it, this is horrific talking about, if I'm going to be honest with you. But, the funny thing is, so I have decided personally, excuse me, dude, I want to just come over, thank you. I don't plan on having kids at any point in the future. If I'm gonna have kids, I will adopt or something like that. But as of right now, like, it's just not for me. It's expensive, you know, that thing. You do you. I'm not trying to like turn anyone away from it. It's just my personal choice based on where I'm at in life. And so what came about from a conversation involving that with my girlfriend was she said to me, and I quote, "Too many people call you daddy considering you never want to be an actual daddy." So there's a horrifying thought that made me want to rethink my life choices. Too many people call you daddy considering you never want to be an actual daddy. You just, what do I do with that? Yep. So there's that. I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah. So like that's my new alter ego is Truck Daddy. So onlyfans.com/Truck Daddy. But anyways, there's that. And then one thing I do want to talk about too before I go too far is I asked, and I think in my last video or something like that, like what stuff would you guys like to see come to my channel? Like, are there games you would like to see or anything like that? And one that I get the most frequently right now is I get people who want to see me do LSPDFR, 5PD, or some kind of role play in that department. And I want to cover why I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. So, would I love to? Yeah, I love doing it. I've done it before. I've done it on Twitch. But the thing with it, though, is I've seen it consume channels in a way that is very not good for a channel. I don't want it to become the entirety of who I am, and that's what tends to happen to some of that stuff. It's something... Oh, I realized I have not had my headlights on this time. That is my whoopsie. But it's something that I see happen. I just don't want it to happen to me. On top of that, it's a lot of work to set that stuff up. I mean, LSPDFR in and of itself, most people are shying away from it because they're having issues with developers that are making mods and stuff, and it's just a whole nightmare in and of itself. I'm a huge fan of Jeff Favignano. I've watched him for years and years and years, almost, well, if not a decade. And bugs, people like that, I don't want to see kind of like you can see how much of a difference it's made for their channel, and like there's definitely an audience there, but it's just not something for me. Not to mention, like, you can see the amount of work they put into it and that sort of stuff, and it's too much for me. It really is. Right now, I just do not have the time and or the knowledge or capabilities to manage putting together another series, especially one like that, which requires a lot out of a person. So, just for right now, I'm not going to be doing any roleplay of any kind. No 5PD, no nothing. Maybe down the road, I'm not going to say it's completely off of my channel. I might do a little bit down the road because I do quite like doing that. And again, I have done that. You can go over to my Twitch and see clips from it. But just, it's not a priority for me right now. So that's kind of the situation on that. I do obviously read all my comments. I don't get a ton of them, being such a small channel. So I did want to just mention that because that's one that I see all the time. I've had it on multiple videos now. I don't have the capabilities to do it right now. Maybe down the road we'll see, but yeah, I don't want to like leave you guys in the dark on that or something like that. I'll leave you wondering why I'm not doing it. There's genuine reasons behind it, but that doesn't mean there's not other things coming to the channel. I do plan on reviving 2 series, or at least reviving one and then starting a new version of another that I used to do. That will be coming back soon. You guys probably know what they are because I've talked about them, and I really haven't ended too many series before. But I definitely do plan on a few new things coming to the channel. Obviously, having completed Scania Truck Driving Simulator, at least the Dangerous Drives portion, I don't plan on doing any more of that game. It was a lot of fun. If you guys see other little games like that you'd like to see me try out, or little tests or things like that, feel free to let me know. It doesn't matter what it is, really. I'm not going to make any promises that I'll actually do it, but for the most part, there's a good chance. But here we are at our drop-off, and I realize now, so you can see, obviously, having to kind of restart everything, I do not have the automatic trailer drop-off locations, so I'm going to go ahead, select where I'm going to drop off, and then be with you guys in just a moment. As soon as this guy gets going, now we can pull in. Alright, let's pick where we're dropping this thing. Alright, so I have chosen the most difficult option, where do you need it, which is going to be over here, because I have not really done much backing with TrackIR yet, so we'll give that a try. Should be nice and simple for the most part. Although the weird thing is I am not going to be able to see both mirrors anymore, and that's going to be the one thing that I have to get used to the most. Is before I could see both mirrors, so each side at the same time. Now I cannot. I also haven't backed this truck up, but it's pretty much the same kind of standard layout that I usually run. Oh god, I can actually see stuff in my mirrors now. It's really nice. I have overdone this. I'm gonna have to readjust again, I think. Oh no. It's very crooked though, and I have to get it just right if I'm honest with you. So we'll get this just right real quick. And there we have it. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead. Let's drop this load. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Let's drop this cargo and we'll be right back. And just like that, we are done for the day. Thank you guys, as always, for the love. If you did enjoy this video, do consider leaving a like and or subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next trip. Peace.